On your left, Tyler James.
Riley, can you walk us through what happened on the interception that you threw? What did you see there? What went wrong?
Yeah, it's more like what I didn't see. I didn't see pretty much anything. Oh, it was just bad read. Bad read. You can't just throw the ball up like that. They spun to one high, cover three, and you can't throw that ball into cover three. I knew that. It's just one of those things where you got to be disciplined as a quarterback. It's very easy to get greedy and want to make the explosive play, but throughout my career I've learned that just taking what the defense gives me is what wins you ball games, and ever since then I was like, all right, settle down, trust your eyes, trust your coaching, and you get the job done, and we did a pretty good job with that since then.
Yeah, when you got towards the end, I think you completed the next 12 passes in a row after that interception. Why were you able to have so much success after bouncing back?
Yeah, same thing. Just, don't be a dummy. Like, if they give you a hitch, take a hitch. It's not that it's hard to do, but it's really not that hard. Just take what the defense gives you, and move the ball down the field, stay in front of the chain. So, yeah, after that, it was just like, all right, settle down and play your game.
Front row, right in front of you, Len Clark.
Riley, one question. Early in the season, Marcus talked about the team learning how to win. What have you learned about winning, and what has the team learned about winning over the past year?
Yeah, it's a standard here. We're expected to go in and win every single ball game, and this team, as the year goes on, knows how to win and has a lot of confidence that we can win. At the end of the game, I think these last couple of weeks or whatever, I think we were down maybe 7-0 to start both last game and this game, and if this team just knows how to do it, I think we're old team and we keep learning from our mistakes at this point, so we know how to pull it through and just extend leads at this point.
Second row on your right, Pete Sampson.
Riley, take what the defense gives you, even if it is something that should be easy to do for a better career. Like, why is it sometimes not? Like, what's sort of the trap that you can still fall into there?
It's a great question. There are a lot of different factors when it comes to that. I think the biggest is, you throw a certain ball in practice 5 times. We ran that play 5 times in practice, and I threw that ball 5 times to Bo. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's completely irrelevant to what's going to happen in the game. So pre-snap, I'm thinking, okay, muscle memory. Do what we did in practice. If I just have just an inch, pull the trigger. Well, that inch closed pretty quickly, and I think it just came down to practice and understanding that in the game it could be completely different.
Front row on your left, Tyler Horka.
May I ask you a couple questions about your running backs? First, we'll start with Jeremiah. Are you cognizant of how well he's blocking for you sometimes, or is that something you have to go back and watch in the film to get like a true feeling for it?
It's a great question. I usually don't understand it in the run game until after the game. I mean, this dude on the quarterback counter is a freight train, and you're talking about a guy who has every right to probably be a little hesitant. Our most athletic guy, he could care less. He's a huge team glory guy. He's not going to say much. He's not going to complain at all if he gets a concussion from hitting these linebackers head to head. Like, he doesn't care. If that's what he's called to do, he's going to do it. So a lot of respect for him, and usually he doesn't get enough credit for that, so I'm glad you brought that up.
And then Jadarian Price, there's been a lot of runs this season where all of a sudden you see number 24 running away from you and everyone else. What's that like when he has a game like this where it seems like every time he touches it, he's got a chance to break one?
Yeah, he's a lot like J. Love, very trustworthy. Every time the ball gets in his hands, something good can happen, and we trust him no matter what. In the pass game and the run game, he's a great guy to just have in the backfield with. You feel comfortable, you feel confident every time he steps out there. So, yeah, also huge part to this offense.
Right in front of you, Tyler Horka.
When you guys get the news that Ben is out for the season,
Yeah.
just kind of take us through what this week was like for you. I know you made a start previously, but knowing that this is kind of like all on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's definitely just crazy circumstances, sad to see, and I'm still praying for BMO right now. We love him to death. You never want to see that, especially from a player as good as BMO, but always you got to be prepared and ready for your opportunity when the time comes. So, especially a week like this when you're playing a good opponent, good receivers, definitely the rest of the week we had to be locked in and prepared.
And Coach was telling us that Ben was sending you guys film from a hospital bed after. What does that mean to you to know that he's still locked in?
Yeah, it means a lot for sure. He's in surgery, he's going through it, but he's still taking his time to talk to me. He sent me a message before the game. that he has his trust in me and everything like that. So that was just good to see.
Second row on your left, Tim Priester.
Leonard, talking to Coach Golden during the week, he talked about your maturity and that he never has to get on you about staying focused to what's happening in practice. Could you explain where all of that comes from for you?
I think it just comes from me being like a level-headed individual. I know my assignment. I know I just have to execute my assignment to take care of it. And then just always being locked in and focused on what I have to get done. So I feel like it comes from that.
And so you're replacing Ben Morrison, and you started a couple weeks ago, but you go into these situations, just your level of confidence and what your mindset is as you go into these opportunities as a freshman starter.
You definitely got to be confident as a cornerback, especially. And what Ben told me is don't think about it like you're a freshman, but like just think about it, you going out there and playing football. Don't give yourself any excuses. Just go out there and guard your man.
Sorry, right next to him on the right, Tim O'Malley.
I want to ask you as a freshman, because you didn't get to see Al Golden's defense last year, but if someone scores on you guys this year, it's early, and then it gets shut down.
Yeah.
What is that like for you to kind of keep your confidence up? I'm sure it's easier now because it keeps happening, but what is it like for a young player when you're off balance early and then all of a sudden it's all clicks in?
It's definitely crazy to see like how we make adjustments, and obviously that he calls it the first 15. They're gonna come out with their best plays, so we obviously make adjustments to that, and then we just stay focused the rest of the game and lock in.
On me. Front row on your left, Tyler James.
Leonard, how much does it help to have Xavier Watts and Schuler behind you guys as safeties that they can make plays, but also maybe bail you out?
Exactly. It helps a lot for sure. Like I know, like we play a middle of the field closed defense, so like always I know that they're gonna have my post, so it helps me a lot to cover the more intermediate routes, but just always have my right leverage and know that they got my back.
And then during the week, how do you try to know that it's a different week for you, but maybe try to keep it the same to maybe not mess up your routine or get ready for the game the same way?
Yeah, for sure. I just tried even the weeks where I wasn't starting to prepare like a starter, just in case when the opportunity arises. Like, cause BMO had been shaken up a lot like during the season, so I always got to be ready for my time when it comes.
Front row on your right, Mike Berardino.
Leonard, run support, something else that Coach Golden talked about. You take pride in that. 7 tackles when you had to start, 7 again today. What are your keys there? Why is that so important to you as a corner?
I feel like especially on the boundary, a lot of run comes my way, and I got to be there to set the edge and make sure you don't get a lot of yards picking on the boundary. So yeah, I got to be there and ready to set the edge and make tackles.
And then the deep ball today, I think it might have been your guy. I'm not sure what the coverage was, but you're in the moment after a mistake like that, an explosive play. What's your mindset? And then what was said to you to get you right back on the horse? Yeah,
after an explosive, you just gotta forget about it. Obviously, the play's over. There's nothing you can do about it now, but just focus on the next play and taking care of your assignment in the next play. Like, you gotta have a short-term memory, especially.
And our last question opportunity, the gentleman all the way on the left in the second row.
How did the uncertainty at quarterback for Georgia Tech affect your preparations this week, and did you guys have to make any adjustments to Zach Powering after that first quarter?
We definitely prepared for Haynes King to play the entire week, but nothing changed in our game plan or nothing like that. But we knew that with it being number 5, it was going to be a little less quarterback run game. So yeah, that's definitely how we adjusted during after the first quarter.